Hello, hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish Kristyn. Today I am going to be showing you one of the latest kits that I'm going to be working on, and we're going to be kitting it up. This is Catnap, and this is from Bella Art Diamonds. I did look at the website at the time of filming, and it is available. However, I could be completely wrong, so if I misspeak, my apologies. Sorry, Sharky. I do believe they are changing suppliers, and so whatever is on the website may not get re-rendered. So if you have your eye on something, I would suggest potentially getting it because it might not come back. Again, I would check their socials for all of the up-to-date information. Like I said, this is Catnap, and this is from Tony, I'm going to say Kayo. Apologies for names, I'm horrible at them. It is a 60 by 60 centimeter canvas, and it is a square drill. There are 51 colors, and I have already put the stickers on my containers over here because I was on the phone, and I figured I might as well de-static and get my containers ready while I was doing boring things. So yay! This is a Bella Art Diamond box. It does have a little sticker at the end, so if you store them sideways, then you know what's in there. I almost wish they would put something on, like, you know, the side as well, but I mean, you know, that's just me being picky. This is the canvas, and of course the sun is shining because I can't just block out the sun like a normal human being where I sit. And the symbols are super, super clear on here, and I do believe Bella Art Diamonds kits are all hand rendered. So it definitely is probably not going to have any little bits of, you know, weird confetti where you have just like a random drill somewhere, which I love to see. It does look like there is a decent amount of color blocking and line blocking as well as some little confetti bits. I just thought this was so cute when I saw it, and I just wanted to work on something with my happy colors, and this definitely falls into that category. I love the look of this rug. It almost looks like it's supposed to be mossy, and of course you have the cat, and I love succulents, and I love delicious beverages. So I don't have cat ears, but if I did, I probably would not be unhappy about that either. So yeah, I just thought this was a sweet little image, and even though it is a 60 by 60, I don't think it would take a ton of time to really work up. I mean, because, like, look at this. This is all pretty much one color. This is all just strips and strips and strips of color. So, fantastic. Let me move this, drag all my stuff this way, and we will get started. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, it does come with, the kit does, it does come with one of their little 3D printed trays. These are a really nice size if you're doing like a little coaster set or a mini set. I probably personally would not use this tray on this kit just because of the amount of color blocking that I like to do, you know, like 10 at a time. So yeah, that would not work for me personally. Let's see, what else do we have? I did put some of this stuff in there. There's a business card. There's a thanks note. Looks like the blue wax did fall out of the little container. Just shove that back in there. We got some little multi-placer ends. We got a pen with another multi-placer. We got some, ooh, actually, I might keep that out. Keep that out. Maybe put that around the outside. It does come with a little cover minder, and these are kind of cool because one of the magnets is in here already. You know how sometimes you get a cover minder and for some reason, you know, the glue comes off, or it gets bumped in transit, or you drop it and the magnet falls off. So this one is actually in the 3D print, which is cool. And then like that, bada bing. And we have a squishy. We have some tweezers. These are kind of blunt. If you have kids, these could be, you know, good if they want to use tweezers for something and not stab themselves. And we have a little sticker and another little multi-placer. So we're just going to put this in the bag of, you know, diamond painting kits. Contain the little toolkits. Yeah, I don't use them, but, you know, I understand why they have to put them in there. Okay, here are the drills. Like I said, 51 colors. There are, I don't remember how many special drills, but there were quite a few. There were quite a few. Sorry, there are 9 special drills. There are 6, you know, glittery fairy dust type, and then 3 ABs. So fantastic. And those will be at the very, very, very end. So, like I said, I did static guard already, and it's a good thing I did. And after a few colors, I did end up putting dryer sheets in there as well, just in case. So we do have that. And these are nice bags, but I cannot save any more bags. I have so many bags that if I save any more, they're going to be coming out of my ears, and we don't want that. So before I forget, I hope everybody is doing awesome, well, and amazing. No Dr. Pepper for me right now because it's 5:30 at night. So yeah, sadly, no sweet Dr. Pepper for me. And the weather has been sunny, but then it's cold, and then it's misty, and then it's dry. So my throat is very confused as to what the heck is going on outside. It wants it to pick a season. I love fall. I like that the weather is getting a little cooler, you know, which, I mean, for Washington is not, you know, we don't have a lot of really high heat days, but we definitely have more than when I was a kid. People say global warming and climate change isn't real, but when I was a kid and I lived in the same area, I don't remember having multiple 90-degree weather days in a row during the summer. Just saying. Just saying. I love fall. I like all the fall flavors, you know, like the apple, and I like pumpkin, but don't come for me. I'm sorry if this is your favorite coffee beverage, but I don't like the pumpkin spice latte. I've tried it so many times, and every time I get it, I'm like, this tastes gross. So, sorry, I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. It's just, I've tried it in, you know, coffee. I've tried it in mochas. I've tried it in so many different things, and it just never, I don't know, it never tastes good. But like, give me a pumpkin scone, which still salty, that Starbucks discontinued the pumpkin scones. Like, I think they brought, I don't remember last year, if it wasn't like an apple croissant or something. I was like, that is not the same level of tastiness as the pumpkin scone. Don't play us like that, Starbucks. Come on. Or pumpkin muffins, or, you know, just pumpkin flavored things I like. Just not the coffee. Yeah. So if you have a Trader Joe's, go to Trader Joe's, because it's going to be pumpkin season at Trader Joe's. And I have had some pumpkin things over the years from Trader Joe's that were amazing, and some that were questionable. I don't know if it was a few years ago or what, but I think they kind of overdid it with the pumpkin flavoring. And I probably got one of everything that was pumpkin, because I'm like, yes, pumpkin. Well, my husband is kind of sensitive to the pumpkin. I'm not sure if it's like the artificial pumpkin or some of the artificial pumpkin pie flavoring or what, but sometimes that does not agree with him. And so he's like, you need to stop cooking with the pumpkin flavored stuff, because he's like, it's making me sick. And I don't want him to be sick and not have, you know, a good experience when he's eating the food I cook. But I remember I got the pumpkin ravioli. There was a pumpkin pasta sauce. And I don't even remember. This pumpkin soup. Him and the kids all were like, no, we're done. We're done. If you want to cook with pumpkin, make some pumpkin pancakes or some waffles or basically baked goods. He said, you can make as much pumpkin baked goods as you want as long as you use, you know, the real can of pumpkin, the pumpkin puree. Because the you know, like the pancake mix that comes with the pumpkin flavoring, just, yeah, he cannot consume them, sadly. Which I would say means more for me, but then that would just be mean for me to cook a bunch of food that only I'm gonna eat. Oh, come on. Oh, please. Go all in. Go all in. I would love to know what... Do you like the fall flavors and scents? Or are you more of a, you know, spring, summer, winter flavored person? Winter flavored person. Are you flavored like winter? I wish that, oh, why is that not staying on there? I gotta push that on there a little bit better. Oh, because there's a wrinkle. There's a wrinkle. We'll put it on the side. There. I wish that I could buy the scented candles and, you know, fragrance diffusers and stuff, but people in this house are way too sensitive to artificial fragrances. So we cannot do those, unfortunately. And with cats, even if it was a naturally scented pumpkin candle, definitely could not have an open flame with those two around. And I'm pointing at them because they're in the windowsill, enjoying the last sunbeams of the season. I used to have those, what are they, the Bed Bath & Beyond, the plug-in thing, what are they called, wallflowers? Oh, I used to buy those, and I had them in almost every room in the house, and finally we had to stop because it was kind of making us sick a little bit. Okay, why is this not, oh, these are two different, I bet this one, yeah. Okay, so these are two different sets of Tic Tac containers, and I think, yep, that one was too tight for that one. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, why are you not going on there, though? Oh, because I'm trying to put it in sideways. Never mind. Ignore me. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I had to stop all the artificial scents and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's good for my wallet, I guess. Because I'm not going to Bed Bath and Body Works or whatever you call it, and, you know, dropping money like it's running out of style. Wow, words are wording today. Let's see, so I am hoping to work on this. You know, the fall. It's not a very fall themed picture, right? But I don't necessarily work by season diamond painting. If there's a painting and I want to do it, then I will do it. I don't do a lot of holiday themed paintings myself. I like seeing other people work on them, but for some reason I just don't really buy a lot of them. Like I don't have a Christmas painting. I don't have any Christmas paintings. The one Christmas painting I think I bought last year, I already did it. Or I did it for Christmas. And I don't have one for this year. And, you know, you start to get a little nervous because some of the companies, if they do the drop shipping and, you know, they don't just have it in stock, then it can take a few weeks to get to you. So I'm hoping some of these companies start showing off their Christmas paintings, because I would like to have it in time to work on it, maybe even before Christmas, so I don't finish it after Christmas and then, you know, have to put it away. Because if you work on it for a specific holiday and you actually want to put it up, you know, you kind of want to enjoy it. Yeah. I have I have a few paintings left over from Pink and Black 2025 that I could do for Pink and Black 2026. However, I did order a custom painting, and I have a feeling there's going to be companies that have some Pink and Black potentially coming out. So I don't know how many paintings I'm going to commit to work on. Maybe I won't finish any in the month of January, you know, who knows? And that's fine. That is totally fine. I would like to work on something from, you know, like a different company, or, you know, a few different companies as well, to get a good variety represented. Oh, I'm sorry, Care Bear. I'm sorry I spilled all over your face. Goodness. It's a problem with putting those dryer sheets in there. Sometimes they make everything go haywire. I had to call a credit card company today. It's a credit card my mom has had for years, but she just hasn't used it. And it keeps getting sold to other credit card companies, and so then they keep sending new cards. Well, my dad passed away, I mean, like 13 years ago, and they sent him a card with this new one. I was like, oh, come on, you know. Finally, I was like, you know, got her social security number, have all of her information. I was just going to pretend, you know, to be her to cancel it for her because she can't hear very well. And I call the number on the one statement, and they're like, oh, no, we don't have that card anymore. Now it's with, was with Goldman Sachs, and now it's Barclays or something like that. And I'm like, oh, fine. She's like, do you want the number? And I said, yes, please. So she gives me this number, and I repeated it to her, and she said yes. And I said, okay, thank you. I call this number, and it was kind of weird because, like, let's say you're calling, I don't know, let's say you're calling Visa. When you call the number and it rings, it's going to say something along the lines of, you know, thank you for calling Visa customer service, blah, blah, blah. You're very valuable to us, you know, blah, blah, blah. It didn't do that. It started off with, thank you for calling. You've been pre-selected to get a free or discounted Life Alert monitor. And, you know, I'm looking at the phone like, what? You know, you don't know how old I am. And, you know, it says, if you're interested, you know, press 1 or stay on the line. And I was like, press 1 or stay on the line? Like, what do I press if I'm not interested? So I stayed on the line, and then it said, oh, you've also been pre-qualified, selected to something about AARP or something. And I was like, no, thank you. So then it was like, you know, oh, you know, please hold while we transfer you. I'm like, okay, great. Customer service, credit card rep. And the voice that came on the other line was weird, okay? You know, when you go to like McDonald's or Wendy's or one of these fast food restaurants now, and it sounds like the AI voice? That's what this sounded like. But it almost sounded like they were trying to make it not sound like an AI voice. And the person said, you know, hi, my name is, I don't know, Mary or something. And, you know, why don't you give me your information and I'll get your free Life Alert something sent out to you. But the way that it was saying it, they had in some uhs and ands, uhs, while the voice was talking. I honestly don't know if it was a real person or if it was an AI robot. I really don't. So it's talking, And it's doing its spiel. I don't hear any breaths. And I said, I'm just trying to cancel a credit card. So I'm not interested in Life Alert. And the voice said, excuse me? And I said, I don't want Life Alert. I want to cancel the card. I felt like that episode of Friends where, was it Chandler wants to quit the gym? Or no, it's Chandler or Ross wants to quit the gym, but they can't, every time they go in, they get suckered in and they get guilted into keeping it. And I was like, I want to quit the credit card. I'm sorry, what? And I was like, I want to cancel the credit card. I felt like it was, I want to quit the gym, but it was, I want to quit the credit card. And then the voice person, don't know, said that, oh, this is a Medicare something benefits perks hotline. This isn't a credit card. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then that explains why it didn't even say the name of the credit card when I called. Yeah. So I look at the number. I'm like looking at my phone, looking at the number I wrote down, and it's the same. And so I pulled out the credit card, and one of the numbers towards the end was a 2, but she had said 7. Or it was a 7 and she said 2. Anyways, so I called the number on the credit card, and magically it got me to where I wanted to go. I said, oh my gosh, thank goodness. So it's asking me, what are the 4 digits on the end of the card? And I put it in, and it said, we don't recognize that. What's your date of birth? And I'm like, okay. Or, what's your, I don't know. They asked for something else. And I was like, okay. And it's still the recorded thingy-mabobber. And I figured because I was calling from my cell phone, not her home phone number, right? That's why it couldn't find it. But it did find it. And it let me cancel the card with the automatic prompts. I didn't have to talk to a person. It was glorious. Glorious. I was a little worried because when I answered the thing, it said that I could go to the credit card website to have a lot of my questions answered. But sometimes you can't cancel things on the website. They make you, talk to a human because they want to make it hard for you to cancel. So I hung up and I was like, wow, that was amazing. That was the best cancellation ever because I didn't have to talk to another person. So that's one credit card down off the list, and one more thing off the to-do list. That was an exciting win for me today, and I will take the exciting wins. Yes, I will. When I was a teenager, oh my gosh, I applied for every single store credit card out there. It was, oh, would you like to save 10%? Yes, I would. Sign me up, please. Okay, maybe let's take that out. And having no concept of, I knew how credit cards work. But, as an 18, 19-year-old, you're thinking, I want this stuff. I'm going to use this credit card to buy it. Yeah. Not really thinking in terms of, am I going to actually have money to pay for this when I'm done with it? Yeah. So, and those store credit cards, oh my gosh, they got some high interest. Holy guacamole. Learned real quick. Maybe don't do that. But some of these cards, they'll cancel themselves if you don't use them for a certain amount of years. And some of them not. I think one time, my husband, when we were dating, so he was probably 21, 22. He had purchased me, I don't know, some earrings or something from a jewelry store. and he got the jewelry store credit card. And I don't even remember what the name of the jewelry store was. So let's just call it, I don't know, Bob's Jewelry or whatever. And then probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 years later, we had to have our credit checked because I had had something like identity stolen or something. And we're looking through this list of, you know, open credit on our credit. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And because we're looking over the list, and there were things that I recognized, like all the store credit cards. Yeah. And he goes, oh my gosh, I used that one time and then I paid it off. But it said that it was still open, even after almost 10 years of not being used. I was like, that's kind of scary. So who knows how many credit cards some of us have open and we don't even realize it. You know, just because you don't use it or you cut the card up and you throw it away or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that the account is closed. So that was kind of a, oh crap moment for sure. Why am I trying to take that out? I have no idea. Let's see. And I did forget to mention that these are resin squares. I can't remember off the top of my head if Bella Art Diamonds has resin rounds, because apparently resin rounds are harder to find, which seems kind of weird. Like, wouldn't it be the same, like, wouldn't you be able to find rounds and squares in resin, like from a manufacturer? But apparently it is not the case. So I am not sure if they're rounds or resin. So I would say if you're interested in a kit, look at the listing description, because I don't know everything and I don't even want to pretend like I do. Oh, look at that. See, I was trying to be humble and I spilled diamonds all over myself. Come on. Come on, bro. Come on. Oh, my goodness. See? That's it. I'm going to be a know-it-all. Maybe then I won't spill all over myself. Jeez. There are some really pretty colors in this kit. Not a ton of dark colors, but there are some. There are indeed some darker colors. Oh, I'm hoping it goes at a nice brisk pace, because I got so many diamond paintings I want to do. I can't be spending 2 months on one painting. No. My attention span doesn't want to spend, you know, 2 months on one painting either. I have not done a square of my chart art kit from Diamond Art Studio UK yet. I need to, because I would like to try it since I did buy it, right? I'm hoping it gets my mojo back for the cross-stitch conversion projects, because I have just not had, I've had no interest in working on them. And I mean, I know that yes, they do take a little bit more brain power and concentration, but I mean, I have ones that I've started that I want to do. I want to have them finished, but just the thought of working on them just kind of makes me go, I don't know. So I need to get over that mental hump of just do it, you know, just work on it. So I'm hoping the chart to art with the cute little, you know, ghosts doing stuff will hopefully, you know, you get kind of a, what do you call it? The words are not wording in my brain. You kind of get a satisfaction of finishing a square, basically, because it's not a super, super big thing, and you'll get to see a cute little ghost doing something in a shorter amount of time than you would with a ginormous cross-stitch conversion project. I can talk, I swear. I can. fingers crossed, maybe spooky season will motivate me to work on that, because I really do want to work on it. There you go, little. Got some brown fairy. Those, okay. Those have really curvy bottoms. Oh. That is one thing about resins that makes things difficult, when the bottom can have some, you know, some concaveness, but it gets to be a point where there's not enough drill surface to stick to the glue to make it stay, you know? And that is what I worry about with some of these really curvy bottoms, because there's nothing worse than, you know, taking the time to put the drills down on the canvas, but then when you move the canvas, half the drills pop up because the back sides are too curvy. I currently have that on a kit that I'm working on right now, and it is really frustrating. Because every time I move the canvas a little, I swear these little drill butts are too curvy and the drills pop up. And every time I find one, it's because the bottom was really curvy. Even though I check them all before I put them on, I literally have my multi-placer or my pen, and I look at the bottom side of the drill, just because it's been such a problem, you know. And I want to place the drill 2 times. I just want to place it once. Okay, come on. Come on. Wow. Wouldn't think those are. And I'm not putting a sticker on that one because it's white. If I can't tell that that's a white sparkly drill, then I need to go to the eye doctor and have my eyes checked. So here are the ABs. Those are looking nice and purpley, nice purpley purple. Ooh, go in there, please. Yeah, just a little bit of that one. Some of these colors do not have a ton, and that's okay. I probably could have put some of these in smaller Elizabeth Ward containers, but I was sitting and I had all these in front of me and I was on the phone, so they all get big containers. Yep. And they all fit in this little tower system tray holder mabobber. So, you know, it works. If there were more colors and I was worried they wouldn't fit, then maybe, you know, ones like this, I might have put them in a little Elizabeth Ward. Ooh. But that's okay. There's that. Look at that. Let's see. Okie dokie. And so here are our colors. Look at that. And I still have a whole row up here. There's the white. So I will probably use one of these for my trash drills, and then I'll move those out. And probably nothing going up there. You know, if I find something and I need to just stick it up there out of the way, I might do that. But this fits in my little IKEA rolly cart perfectly. And I very much enjoy this way of putting my drills in things, because when you have, you know, the foam insert with the round bottles, or even the square TikToks that have TikToks that have the, you know, the foam insert that has the square openings. Sometimes it's hard when it's in a flat, you know, it's on the flat thing, that it's kind of like you're kind of looking into the tray. And so I do like that these are elevated and you can see all the different symbols in one glance, really, without, you know, working a little bit harder, right? Because life's hard enough. We do not want to work hard while we're diamond painting. At least I personally don't. Maybe you do, but that's not my thing. So that is Catnap. Again, Bella Art Diamonds from the artist Tony Cayo. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was going to look it up and I didn't. My bad. My bad. check out Bella Art Dana Cole, Bella Art Diamonds for any potential kits that you've had your eye on, because like I said, I think a lot of them are not going to be re-rendered because they have to pay to re-render them, and I'm sure they have lots of art that they want to release. So anyways, that is going to be it for me today, guys. If you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things, and I will see you again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys. Oh dear. Oh dear. Help. I have helpers. Well, a helper. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Hang on. Oh. Hang on. Well, edit out your rubbing against the microphone, Kristyn. Good job. Care Bear? Boop. Got my Care Bear sweatshirt on, too. That's right. We're repping. We're repping the Friends of Care lot right now. Munchy Puddin' Trashy Catty. We got our Kidding Up lunchbox, just in case. Oh, good job, Munchy. You did great. You did great. Munchy has probably 4 different kits worth of plastic inside of Munch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, friend. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Boop. And don't forget you. Boop. Anybody else? Boop.